to the Rockies, Denver, Colorado for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And complete. This is Albert Wilson. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions. And whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Black 58, Royal! Black 58!
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Gone! Hey, we got four now. Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Tight end right. Here we go now. 3-19.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Detroit! Gone!
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Alex Okafor in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in position. Here's a carry for the former Dolphin. It's Damian Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Coleman now. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Drops it off for Coleman. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Williams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
Now a handoff looking right. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Set! 3-19!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. He's at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. Right? This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Left, 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 left.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
That'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going in a... They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
They will run again with Coleman. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ace, ace.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now Williams. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Coleman. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Right back to him on 1st down. A little juke, and now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's fit.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Butker now to kick this one away. So that one will be accepted. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw here. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And some room to maneuver. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Left, 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 left. Ace, ace.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Well, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick-sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick-sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
This is Coleman. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this third quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And his first carry, he loses the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Jerry Atauchu brings him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now back to throw. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Over!
Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll drop to throw. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times, converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said, enough of that.
And McManus able to put it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and
he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Thomas. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.